Hey guys, so here I am with the video as promised. Now I've done a bit of a different spread. In fact, it's very different and there's a whole load of cards that wanted to come out. So let me quickly just talk you through what is actually going on. Sorry that the cards are in a little bit of a mess. But as I was pulling the cards, more and more wanted to come out. So it was going to be one for the karmic partner, one for how the divine masculine felt about the karmic partner, one for how the divine masculine felt about the one for the divine feminine, and one for how the divine masculine felt about the divine feminine. A few extra cards also wanted to come out. The strongest messages actually came from the karmic partner. We've got the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, the 5 of Swords in reverse, and the 3 of Swords in the upright. What this means is the karmic partner knows that they've lost essentially, and they're absolutely heartbroken about it, and they are currently feeling like their 10 of Pentacles, their dream, they thought they had it made. They thought, I have exactly what I want. I'm gonna get my dream hope, my dream life, basically. That's all come crashing down. That's been exposed for the shaky foundations that it was built on have basically collapsed, and the whole thing has come crashing down. It's turned on its head. Everything's kind of, I'm just seeing everything just empty itself out, just completely, for everything that they've built, empty itself, just completely fall out upside down. So they've lost what they thought they had. They thought they were going to have their happily ever after. That's the word, their happily ever after that they thought that they had in the bag, gone, and they know it. This is really, really sunk home for them, and that's what's causing this feeling of the 3 of Swords, of complete and utter wretchedness, heartbreak. You know, they are really, really in bits, cut up about it, but they've got no fight in them. They have got no fight in them right now, and a lot of this is to do with the guidance that's around at the moment, because a lot of, you know, these unions aren't coming together as quickly as people maybe thought that they would, or they were supposed to, because other things got in the way. So there's been an upsurge. What I'm getting is an upsurge in the sort of help in getting these things sorted from the unseen realms. But anyway, as far as that's not what I get from this card per se, it's what I get from the whole reading. This 5 of Swords is the karmic partner having no fight in them anymore. They know that they've lost. They know that they will fight. They were always fighting a losing battle anyway. They might have thought that they won the battle, but they always knew that they were going to lose the war. It was what they were always afraid of, and it's what's happened right now. So this is the strongest row in the entire reading, actually, because I think these energies are very, very clear at the moment. Very many karmic partners, karmic soulmates are in this position of, okay, fine, I know that this is not for me. They're really, really feeling that it's not for them at the moment. So in terms of what the divine masculine is feeling towards the karmic partners and the karmic soulmates at the moment, we had the Fool and the Prince of Wands in reverse. They want a new beginning, but they don't want it with the karmic. They want it with the divine feminine. So they are actually walking away. There is still a sense of conflict. There is still, like, for many people, they've already made headway in moving away from this person. For others, they're thinking about it and still deciding what to do. There is a sense of conflict. There is a sense of taking 2 steps forward and then taking 1 step back, kind of thing. 1 second, sorry, the cat's asking to go out. Sorry, and I don't have time to edit this video today. So we've also got the Princess of Wands and the Sun. This is very much a moving away from this character here, which is actually in one respect it's the karmic partner, and moving away from that person and moving towards this, which is justice. So this is, it's not a queen. It's not a queen. This is the Page of Wands equivalent, and it's just the fact that it's like, it's a smaller, it's not enough for them, basically. They want the queen. They want something much more. They want more than that. They want the empress. They want, you know, the ultimate kind of thing. And they're moving towards justice. And justice has been coming up so much in readings at the moment. Bear with me 1 second. Thank you, sorry about that. Justice has been coming up so much because justice is, it's all about redressing the balance, making things right, and getting back on course. If there was a diversion taken, it's all about getting back on the right track. It's about setting things right, essentially. And then after that, I wanted to go to how... Actually, let's do this first. We'll go to how the Divine Masculine is feeling towards... Before that, I forgot to do this. These two cards also came out. It's very much, with regards to this, there is a certain element of the Divine Feminine because the Divine Feminine is always part of the Divine Masculine as well, right? Like they're connected energies, so they're kind of like, you know, a 2-for-1 kind of thing. So here there is an element of the Divine Feminine as well, and that's where a dual meaning comes in with this, in the sense that it's also connected to the Divine Feminine, in the sense that at the bottom of the deck, at the time of pulling the cards up to here, the Lovers was at the bottom and the Queen of Cups was underneath the Lovers. The Lovers is symbolising basically whatever's happening, the happenings that are going on right now are being overseen by the Divine, symbolised by the Angel here. And again, the underlying energies of this is also a card of a decision having to be made, like a fork in the road and a path being chosen. And whatever path is chosen right now, it's going to be decided by the energy of the Queen of Cups, and this is the Divine Feminine. So here we see the Divine Masculine is moving away from this immature Princess of Wands energy because he wants the Queen. The Queen is the Queen of Cups. And there is a parallel between the Queen of Cups and Justice to me in this reading particularly, because they're both very, very powerful. They're both so in their power. They are the ones in control. This is the Queen. This is the Judge. And she's the one holding the scales, holding the sword. She's almost seen as kind of like the judge, jury and execution. But it's all to do, especially if you listen to the channeled messages that I also did today. I'm trying to post them. It's taking a little bit longer than I anticipated. It's all to do with the Queen of Cups being in her power. She's almost looking a bit intimidating, a bit like unattainable, but the power is in her being, and it's how she is right now. She's just radiating emotion, but she's in control of her emotions, and she doesn't go overboard with the Queen of Cups. She's still kind of withholding, not in a bad way, but she's still holding on to, she's controlled with how she distributes her emotions, the goods in the cup. And in this reading, it's not a bad thing. It's actually very, very much like meting out justice. It's very much kind of a very consciousness is an awareness. She's totally aware of every single thing that she does. Her emotions are not running away with her. Her mind is not running away with her. In the Justice card, the sword is, she's in control of her thoughts. The Queen of Cups, she's in control of her emotions. Nothing is running riot here. And that is what is really alchemizing this decision and really magnetizing whichever way the Divine Masculine goes in at the moment. The other two cards that came out at this time, Seven of Pentacles was underneath the World card. The World card is all about, again, things happening at the right time, being in the flow of things, and this is very much Pentacles. I'm seeing lots of circles, lots of cycles, and it's all to do with time. It's all to do with time. Seven of Pentacles is about waiting, and also for some people it can be about decisions as well. But this is very much about, yes, patience is needed, and that's going to be reflected in, because this guy can see that whatever he's waiting for, his harvest is almost ready, but there's still a little bit left to go. And this is just reiterated by the wheel here. The wheels are turning, the cycles of time are turning. but it's not quite time for the harvest just yet. But there's so much movement here, new beginnings, movement, you know, points of reference and movement again, because this person's on the horse, this is the destination. So this is, you know, the divine feminine turning up in the divine masculine's line as well. So how does the divine masculine feel about his counterpart? And only his counterpart. And this is not in relation to a karmic that he's moving away from and what he's moving towards. But you can see that it's very focused on the divine feminine right now. We've got the Three of Wands, and this guy is literally watching his ships come in. He's waiting. He's waiting. And he's made his decision. He's leaning towards one side, and that is the divine feminine. And as soon as those ships come in, he's going to go towards it. Communication is definitely coming in. He wants to communicate. We've got the, and he wants to do it quick. He wants to rush in. I'm seeing a lot of he wants to rush in. Even with this Prince of Wands in reverse, it's facing this way, which is signifying the divine feminine. He wants to rush in. He wants to run away from the karmic and start that new beginning. Anyway, he wants to communicate with the divine feminine. And he wants to do it quick. He wants to do it straight from the heart. And he wants to do it very genuinely as well, I'm getting. Now, we've also got this new beginning. He wants the new beginning, but that can only happen when the Seven of Wands, when he finally overcomes all of his demons, all of the things that keep coming up, the obstacles that he thinks could be there. But he's pretty much done that already. But once those things are finally gone, that's when the new beginning can happen. But I mean, again, you can see this kind of symbol of time as well. So he's almost there. He's very nearly almost there. The fact that the Wands and the Pentacles are so close together, the energies move very quickly, and this is just a symbol of things are going to manifest very quickly in the Pentacles symbolize the physical world. So things are going to manifest very quickly in the physical world. Now we move on to the divine feminine and how she's feeling towards her divine counterpart, Temperance. This is coming into balance. There's so much power in all of the divine feminine's cards. So we've got Temperance, which is coming into balance, which is very much a movement of energy. Many divine feminines are also increasingly aware of the movement of energy between them and their counterpart. So that's a great sign. They are able to alchemize things. They are able to be aware of things. They are able to what's the other thing? The other word that I'm looking for. Sorry, I'm like channeling on the spot here as usual. It's about choosing what they want and making it happen in the physical. And not letting the emotions and the thoughts run away with them. Again, like these other two boss lady cards, not that she needs to be feminine or masculine. In fact, even though the angel is kind of androgynous, I'm getting a very masculine energy from this masculine power from this angel. And then we've also got the Eight of Pentacles, hard work. And you can see this is like a real strengthening. This is like a blacksmith. Who, you know, they need a lot of strength to do what they need to do, and they work in pretty hot, extreme conditions in extreme heat, hammering away at whatever they're trying to craft. And we've also got the King of Wands. The King of Wands here, I was particularly drawn to, those of you that have been listening to my messages, especially while I was in India, there was a lot of symbolism around lizards, geckos, salamanders, and there's this little lizard at his feet. And this is very much the divine feminine in control, thinking about what to do, how she should be. And that's what attracts the transformation, the symbol of transformation and regeneration. Because as you know, if these creatures get their tails cut off, they regenerate their tails. So they can, they're very resilient. And it's kind of like new beginnings. It's a healing, that kind of energy, that kind of strengthening, as if nothing happened at all. That's it. It's kind of scarless, almost flawless, even after having something as extreme as a complete limb, like an appendage cut off, a tail cut off. They can completely come back healed from that. And this is almost like a symbol of the divine masculine coming towards the divine feminine, who is the one that's deciding what to do. Do they want to take things further with the divine masculine? Some of them are thinking maybe they don't, maybe they don't, maybe they do. So it's very much the divine feminines. Many of them are feeling that the group that I'm channeling for this right now, this message, they're feeling like they are the ones in control. They're the ones working hard. They can see the results. They can see the results of their hard work and what they've been forging in their own, especially those of you who are feeling like things are really, really hotting up. Things are really difficult. They're too intense. They're too, you know, almost like you're burning up. Like those emotions are burning up. Everything around you is just too intense. It's all melting. It's all just falling apart. But no, you can. That's when you forge what you want from the kind of molten metals around you. And then it's gonna, again, I'm being shown this healing, this little lizard guy, because once that metal is so hot and so pliable, it needs to be that hot for it to be pliable, for it to be moved and molded, and then it becomes the hardest substance you can imagine. It becomes metal, solid metal. So it's very much about transformation. It's very much about making what you want through certain processes have to happen. It has to get so unbearably hot for it to be malleable, for it to be changed, for it to be molded, and for it to be transformed into something useful, something usable, and the thing that you want. So it needs that heat, it needs that intensity in order for it to be crafted. Again, awareness and intent. Divine Feminine is moving away from this immature Princess of Pentacles energy. This is also a sign of, you know, because the Page of Pentacles, if you remember from the regular tarot, is she's making an offering with that pentacle there, but this is very much kind of, the offering is to themselves. The offering is very much facing themselves, and Divine Feminines are putting themselves first and thinking about what they really, really want. It's all about those pentacles. It's all about what you can do to get what you want, to make that dream life of your own. And any kind of martyring tendencies, which is what I said in my last Divine Feminine reading as well, that you're letting go of them. So that's really, really good. And this was underneath the Divine Masculine card, obviously, and because you're giving that pentacle to yourself, the Divine Masculine, once he sorts himself out, is going to be making that offer of that pentacle, his own pentacle, to you, which is what the masculine is essentially designed to do. So underlying energies for the whole thing, we've got the Ten of Swords again, making another appearance. This is nothing to be afraid of. This is nothing bad. This is very much about completions. This is about endings. This is about the end of karmic relationships for many people, if not just mentally, it's physically as well for the vast majority around about this time. And also it's the end of negative thinking, negative thought patterns, the old way of being, all of those old thought prisons that were holding people back, they're all gone now. So I think that's a lovely, lovely place to end the reading. So many beautiful cards, so much movement, so much positivity from this, and it's just the fact that things seem to have sunk into the karmics right now as well, like in terms of they know their place. The Divine Masculine is moving solidly towards the Divine Feminine. The Divine Feminine is solidly moving towards herself. So literally these two rows for the Divine Masculine are just all about the Divine Feminine, actually. And the Divine Feminine is very much about strengthening herself, working on herself, very much in a way that the Divine Masculine was a while back, in terms of just thinking about themselves and putting themselves first. So that's really, really good. The Divine Masculine might have been seen to be doing that in a selfish way before. The Divine Feminine is doing it in, I'm not saying anything is selfish or not, but the feeling that I'm getting from the Divine Feminine cards is it's very, very, very constructive. very constructive indeed, and it's only gonna pave the way for amazing, amazing new beginnings. This is the card that I've been feeling the most in the readings the last couple of days, all about great things being offered to the Divine Feminine. But the more you offer to yourself, the more is going to be offered to you by everything around you, by your environment and those in your environment. And let's end there, and hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for all of your likes, shares and comments and subscribes and everything. Please do hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and if you like this, please do let me know, and hit the like button as well. Love you guys loads. I will be back in a couple of weeks probably with another reading. Bye.